Okay, what is good? What is good, my good YouTube people? We're back for another anime chapter, and I can actually do some reviewing this time. We actually have stuff to talk about. So, this chapter I would say is very good. It did the right amount of suspense and to a great and unexpected, truly unexpected ending. I'm not gonna lie, I was still holding up hopes that the dogs had survived. Now, for this, it's kind of all she wrote. And my last argument was that she would have to been killed off screen, and not too many characters get killed off screen with Chainsaw Man. So I was holding up hope that Nayuta had made it, but it seems like most likely 90% chance that's it, man. It's very sad because I really wanted more brother sister relationship. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really do like Chainsaw Man, but the more I read this series, the more I start thinking to myself, man, is this like the Bloodborne of manga? Like, because if you played some of the Bloodborne stories, you know that all things lead to Rome. Spoiler alert, all endings are bad. Like, there's no good endings in Bloodborne. And that's the exact feel I'm getting right now with this chapter. I feel like Denji can no longer win. He's never winning ever again. Like, there's no moment of bliss. Like, his last happy moment was getting nut busted in the alleyway. Like, gosh, I never thought I'd ever say this sentence in my life about a manga. Yo, this is crazy. It does seem like, yeah, all hell is about to break loose. Because the main question is, would this be enough to get Denji to go into what we're calling Black Chainsaw Man? Now, Burnen's like a discount machina in the sense of, like, he did get everything right. He just needs one extra push for Denji to really get it. Because with Power and Aki, Machina did it perfectly. She convinced Denji, even though she was the one that did everything, that it's hit through his actions or inactions. He killed his Aki, his brother figure, and Power, his sister figure. Now, the dogs are gone, so that's one of their casualties. And now now Nayuta's apparently gone. 99% chance. I'm still holding that 10% hope. The question now becomes, can Burden make Denji feel like it's his fault? And I can honestly see Denji thinking it's his fault because he chose to go Chainsaw Man. But in actuality, there was kind of no other solution out of there. They couldn't run. Where were they going to go? They're outnumbered and everyone's against them. So it all depends on if Burden can make Denji feel like it's his fault. Then we most likely will get the Black Chainsaw Man revealed. But I don't know. I feel like there's too much confusion and it's not in a control state. Makina had Denji right where she wanted him in a controlled environment and was playing things perfectly. There's still too many people around, too many unknowns. Like, what if Asa just starts like saying the right enough things to calm Denji down? Undoubtedly, but it's not impossible. Like, there's still too many factors not being played. And the second thing, while we're on the topic of burning, I also want to quick talk about the topic burning. Talk about how Black Chainsaw Man has the power to erase names, and then you say chainsaws were only used like to cut wood and stuff. But that's actually not entirely true. Gosh, I remember I did this back in my one of older videos. I really don't remember, but back in the 1780s. Dr. John Eckett and James Jeffrey invented a chainsaw. Pretty much sometimes during childbirth, babies would get stuck in the pediment and they have to use like normally man or hand tools. So pretty much these two guys came together, invented the chainsaw so that it can pretty much cut the pediment and be used to remove the baby so the delivery can be easier. But this is before C-section, by the way, and anesthesia and all that stuff. So gosh, that must have been painful. But yeah, I was the origins. So with that kind of like the invention of it, like, it's kind of implied that chainsaws are, you can argue that in a weird way that chainsaws were used in creation. So, and I guess you can maybe argue that it can use for eration as well. It's a bit of a stretch, but that's like, I guess when we think of the origins that way, it kind of somewhat makes a little bit more sense. That's like a little context right there. Gosh, I read that off Reddit, but I honestly can't find a source out where it was anymore. I'm pretty sure if you Google chainsaws birth and Reddit, you might most likely find a post better. part, I also quick want to talk about Burnen's conditions for Denji to become the Black Chainsaw Man. He said that you need fear and Denji's absolute sadness. And as I talked about before, the sadness part I think he has, and it, as shown in Machina, it is effective method. And it even goes back to like when Denji was able to go back to himself with power. Only through talking to power was Denji truly able to like become his actual self again. So I do believe the sadness factor is there and proven. But my thing is like the fear. I don't understand the fear factor, because like when Denji became Black Chainsaw Man when he's fighting Machina, he was heavily feared and had all that power. But Machina, not winning, used her control influence to make Denji a hero, therefore significantly weaken him. Which kind of implies that he doesn't necessarily need the fear. At least I don't understand why would she go through such metric. Because like let's say she take away all the fear of the humans of him and make him a hero, then it kind of destroys the purpose. Like if he's gonna lose his power, I don't think the fear aspect is really necessary for Denji to have. I want to say the erasing power is like, it's maybe necessary to power him up, but I feel like he has the devils in hell fearing him enough to the point where he should still have enough power to do all the necessary needs. So I'm not so sure about the fear aspect. I really feel like that's Tatsuji just like trying to make sense of his, I want to say, debacle with the Church of Chainsaw, because I still to this day don't know what he was doing. I feel like he had a different idea and retcon it, and this is his way of trying to bring it back together. But that's just my speculation. Also, the second thing is I want to talk about like public safety. Like is Burning acting alone, or does he plan to work with public safety? Because like I truly don't understand his plan here. I know the hybrids, like they themselves can be erased. Like they stay there forever. Like because like yeah, Machina said so herself. But how does he hope to control Chainsaw Man? Because like the control devil herself literally couldn't control Chainsaw Man. What hopes do they have of controlling him like once he goes like complete rampage? Like how do they plan to like what means do they plan to use to get him under their spell? Like I don't understand the planning here. And the worst thing about it is like once he's out, like there's practically nothing that can put the lid back in. Like there's no more power here to save us. There's no power that's gonna do a sacrifice anymore. I really hope this is it, but it's most likely not. Like I want to say Rize, but it's definitely not. The only person with the slightly likelihood of chance would be Asa. Like Asa's probably the only person that can, if he goes out of control, put Elise back on him. But Euro's not gonna let it happen. Euro's just gonna want to kill him exactly because this is the Chainsaw Man she wanted and was promised by Fam. And I'm not gonna lie, this time when Burning was talking and Asa said what's going on, Fam wasn't eating, which means she was fully paying attention. I can't with this character. I just can't. Like you can't. She goes from gag to master manipulator. Well, she doesn't show master manipulator too many times, but she does show the gag a lot, and I can't get a good read of her. I really do feel like she's playing the cheap 3D chess, but I just can't get a read of it yet. I just gotta like keep an eye on her because I know she's gonna do something soon. I can feel it. But that's pretty much all I have to go for this chapter. Like I said, very good chapter. I enjoyed it a lot. Like the build up towards the end was very unsurprising. Like it had that shock value. Like 10% of me really I hope that 10% comes to be true. But I truly don't know. Like I still don't understand Burnet's plan on how he plans to control Denji, but that's kind of it. But luckily the wait isn't too long because we get a chapter next week. Way to go, Tatsuji, man. He's back on schedule, man. He's giving us these guys. Like no more alleyway nut busting. It's time for some real Chainsaw Man. Children decapitate. Okay, let me stop. But yeah, this has been B3, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay animated.